As tensions between Israel and Iran increase, we asked senators how supportive they are of President Trump's actions thus far, how supportive they would be if President Trump chose to involve the U.S. military in a more official capacity, and if they would support Senator Kane's war powers resolution, which aims to underscore that it is Congress and not the president that has the right and ability to declare war. Let's take a listen.
What do you say to critics who are concerned that this could lead to a broader conflict?
I just don't think that. I think Donald Trump is like the least likely person to let that happen. Like I think he's pretty careful, and I think he's got a pretty good sense of our security interests, obviously our allies. So I feel pretty good with him in charge. Yes, ma'am.
Will you support the Kane war powers resolution?
No, I'm not going to. Because I tend to think actually the War Powers Act is unconstitutional, and I don't think the president needs pre-clearance to do one-off military strikes. That doesn't mean that they're necessarily a good idea, but I don't think he needs pre-clearance from Congress. I don't even know quite how that would function. So I will not.
Would you support a preemptive strike from the United States on the nation of Iran?
I've been saying, well, hell yes, for I think it's almost 6 weeks. Yeah, I think I might have been the first one to call, bomb, and destroy their nuclear facilities.
Are you concerned then about the implications of a wider war?
No. I'm actually concerned about if Iran acquires a nuclear weapon. Now, like for me, this is about peace. It's about peace. Bombing and destroying their facilities, that's about peace. You can never have any real peace in the region, if you allow or Iran is able to maintain a nuclear program. And there must be some accountability for the proxies, what they've created. Hezbollah and Hamas, they've already been largely broken, and now that's another reason why we could have peace in the region.
Senator, what about the concern, though, of a preemptive strike and whether or not that comports with the Constitution? Senator Kane has a resolution saying we should vote on such a thing.
I just described. I'm going to vote it down. It's like I really hope the president finally does to bomb and destroy the Iranian ones.
Why would you vote down the Kane resolution?
Because right now I wouldn't want to support anything that might curtail his ability to move and destroy that nuclear facility for Iran right now. I think it's entirely appropriate. I think I've been the first one here that's been calling the destruction of that facility.
But constitutionally, that's the whole idea. If we were to go in unilaterally, you have to have congressional authorization. That's why Senator Kane has his resolution for next week.
Well, I agree. We should have some say-so about it, especially if it's involves possible World War III, in which it could. This gets very touchy over there. But again, let's don't do hypotheticals. Let's don't guess about what's going to happen. Let's let them do their due diligence behind the scenes, and there will be some kind of recognition from the White House to Congress, I would imagine, before he does something.
Do you have any indication that this could lead to a wider war, to a World War III, if the U.S. were to engage in strikes?
Well, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to look what's going on over there. There'll be a lot of other, but when you got China and Russia and North Korea that are backing Iran, and we got the conflict that's going on between Russia and Ukraine, it's very touchy. And so, again, you don't want to jump to any conclusions, but there's a lot of dislike around the world right now, that a lot of fires going on in different places. President Trump's got a lot of tough decisions to make, along with the SecDef and Joint Chiefs and everybody involved. So let's just let them do their work and don't panic, and hope we all make the right decision when it comes down to it.
Where are you on strikes on Iran?
Well, two things. Number one, if there's going to be B-52s flying many missions, that's an act of war, and we'd require the War Powers Act to be complied with. The president would have to come to Congress. That's my view. Number two, it's very dangerous. We've had wars in Iraq, wars in Afghanistan. This would be with the United States if it flew the B-52s. We'd be risking yet another war in the Middle East.
Do you agree with the steps that President Trump has currently taken in the Middle East, and will you support the Kane War Powers resolution?
Oh, absolutely, I'll support the War Powers resolution. One of the reasons it's so important is that Congress has been ceding its constitutional authority on declaring war, on passing a budget, on impoundment, in the erosion of congressional authority, the willingness of Congress to cede its authority to the executive is very dangerous for the well-being of our democracy.
So as you can see, a range of opinions. We will continue to keep you updated on developments in the Middle East. This is Jackie Coppell, News Nation.